WAND News at 6.
For the first time in 2 years, the state has a budget.
We brought you the breaking news all afternoon. Our Capitol reporter, Michonne Lindstrom, watched as lawmakers overrode Governor Rauner's vetoes. Michonne, what are lawmakers saying now?
It was the same debate as Sunday, but today the whole atmosphere inside the Capitol was different, as lawmakers knew that this was arguably one of the most important votes that they would take in their lives, whether they were for it or against it. Opponents of the tax increase asked members to rethink their yes votes, that Illinois residents should not tax any further without creating any reforms. But supporters said they could not let another day go by in Illinois without having a budget. And in the end, the most controversial bill of the package, the income tax increase, passed with just enough votes.
No joy in voting for a tax increase. There's no joy. But how long can this impasse go on? We understand where we are. We are looking into an abyss, a financial abyss.
We've heard about the different responsibilities and the obligations of the state. Yes, I understand that. But it should not always be predicated upon more taxpayer sacrifice.
Speaker Madigan rose on the floor and said members' work was not yet done, but for now they could go home. And there still is more work to be done before schools open in the fall. But for now, after over 700 days, today is the first day that Illinois has a budget in place. Live at the Capitol, Michonne Lindstrom, WAND News.
Thank you, Michonne. Governor Rauner responding, issuing a statement tonight calling this veto, quote, another step in Illinois' never-ending tragic trail of tax hikes. End quote. Now, the vote was delayed today after a woman threw an unknown white substance in the Capitol.
Hazmat crews swarmed the building, putting the state Capitol on lockdown. Police have one woman in custody. WAND's Megan Odell was outside the Capitol during the lockdown.
She joins us live now. Megan, what did you see when you got there?
Well, it was quite the scene as those hazmat crews were rushing in and out of the Capitol for hours, collecting that suspicious substance that was found outside of the governor's office, as well as several other locations inside the Capitol. That material was determined non-hazardous by investigators. All entrances to the Capitol were caution taped off, and no one was allowed inside or out for those 2 hours.
The research on the individuals involved in this incident.
Okay.
So that investigation has come together, and the conclusions that we reached are that the building is safe to reoccupy.
I spoke with a representative who said that the air conditioning was actually turned off during the hazmat investigation. Now, as we mentioned, one woman has been arrested in connection to the event today. And tonight at 10, be with us as we'll hear from those lawmakers as they tell us what it was like being stuck inside during the lockdown. Live at the Capitol, Megan Odell, WAND News.
Thanks, Megan. Just to recap, the state of Illinois now has a budget. Lawmakers approved the tax increase with 71 to 42 vote, the implementation bill vote 72 to 41, and the spending bill 74 to 37.
The vote expected 1:30 today, but postponed because of, we told you all day about that threat. Police arresting a woman. They say put white powder in the Capitol in 3 different locations. The building put on lockdown, as Megan told you, making it impossible for lawmakers to enter or leave, making the vote delayed. No word yet on who the woman is who was arrested, but the Springfield fire chief tells us the substance was not a biological one. A state budget is great news for a women's shelter in Champaign, but as Meredith Juliet reports, the past 2 years for the group have been anything but easy.
The state of Illinois owes Courage Connection $330,000, money promised to them for their services as a women's shelter over the past year. There was a moment when Executive Director Isak Griffiths wasn't sure if they could stay open.
The fact that the community has stepped forward and actually helped us raise the money that we needed to get through the end of the fiscal year at a level that's really unprecedented.
In the span of 2.5 months, the Champaign-Urbana community raised $390,000 to keep Courage Connection from closing.
The last 10 weeks have been both a whirlwind nightmare and one of the most incredible experiences of my life.
Griffith says the community saved them.
And it is an incredible gift from the community, and the truth is we would not be open without them.
When I spoke with ESAC earlier today, she said she was hopeful the budget would finally pass and they could be reimbursed the money the state owes them.
And on a personal level, it means that I will probably have my best night's sleep in 2 years.
She said having a budget allows the group to be more consistent because they know what money they'll have to work with.
It allows us to budget for the services that we provide, for the staff that we'll need, and to be able to make informed decisions based on actual funding dollars.
In Urbana, Meredith Juliet, WAND News.
Busey Bank lent Courage Connection $100,000 to pay bills this year. The group's excited to be reimbursed so that they in turn can pay back the loan.
As we've heard throughout the spring, Illinois is broke. But as I-Team reporter Doug Wolf tells us, one state university is still spending big. Doug?
Dawn, Northern Illinois University has weathered a number of scandals in recent years. The latest involves a scathing report by the Office of the state's Executive Inspector General, which found NIU President Douglas Baker was involved with improperly hiring several consultants. Baker submitted his resignation in mid-June. The controversy centers around a golden parachute severance package awarding Baker over $600,000. Lawmakers are up in arms over the deal that comes as the universities struggle to pay their bills.
We thought a few years ago we'd pass some legislation to try to crack down on this whole so-called golden parachute nonsense, but apparently not. So now we have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what we can put in to try to stop this once and for all.
Northern Illinois University President Doug Baker's last day on the job was this past Friday. A lawsuit has been filed trying to block his golden parachute. The suit claims the Board of Trustees violated the state's Open Meetings Act when it voted on the deal without proper notice. Dawn?
We have more on this story at 10 for us, Doug?
Exactly. We're going to hear from some government watchdogs who've been watching Northern Illinois University spending for several years now.
All right, appreciate that story, Doug. The United States Senator Dick Durbin says a health care plan being proposed by Republicans will spell disaster for Illinois. Durbin is at Taylorville Memorial Hospital, where he says GOP plans to repeal Obamacare will throw 22 million people off of their health insurance and decimate Medicaid. Now, he pointed to a Champaign family needing Medicaid to protect their adult son.
A lady told about her autistic son, who is now in his 20s. Medicaid is his health insurance plan, and without the benefits and services of Medicaid, he would have to be in an institutional setting at over $300,000 a year. So Medicaid is a lifeline for many disabled people.
The U.S. Senate will be back in session starting Monday. It's expected to remain in session for more than 3 weeks.
In other news, police from around the country gathered to honor an Illinois state trooper killed in a car crash last week. WAND's Joe Ostrowski shows you how community members offered their support this morning.
Miles of American flags lined the route of Trooper Ryan Albin's funeral procession. Between those flags, gatherings of families and friends.
I wanted to pay my respects to him and to all the troopers for the hard work that they do.
For Lori Eward, it was a chance to pass on an important lesson to her granddaughter, Adeline.
I've never met this man, but I'm just so touched by everything, and I think just how the community comes together like that. I hope she sees, that people really care.
After noon, the procession wound its way from Farmer City through Mansfield and on to Bellflower. A seemingly endless line of cars, honoring a life that ended so soon. For some who lined these roads, the loss hit close to home.
It scares me because my son and daughter-in-law do this every day. It's good to know that people do appreciate that.
I served 30 years in the Navy, and our firemen and policemen serve us in a different way. But they're still serving our country, and they deserve our support.
In Mansfield, Joe Ostrowski, WAND News.
The procession included police cars from a number of states, including Texas and Ohio. It also included departments from around Illinois. Another department mourning a loss, the Urbana Police Department. 19-year veteran Lieutenant Harley Rutledge died Sunday while on vacation in Pennsylvania. Police say the 45-year-old slipped and fell between a boat and dock, causing his death. A visitation for him is Friday from 4 to 7 at the Owens Funeral Home in Champaign. For details on full arrangements, go to WANDTV.com.
Now, first weather from Storm Center 17, home of the exclusive Miles Storm Runner Equinox.
It's been another hot and muggy day here in central Illinois. Some of us woke up to some showers and storms, especially in our southeastern counties. A little break in the action for a while, and then more rain started to develop. It was very isolated in nature. Live Doppler 3D Max still shows a couple little spotty showers in southern Champaign County. Another little shower that's working its way across southern Christian County and far eastern Montgomery County. Our Chapapogue.com tower cam shows some sunshine, a few towering cues out there. And really, that's the mainstay for the forecast until the sun goes down. I really think anything shower activity-wise will be wrapped up by about 7 to 8 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, a mostly clear sky and muggy. Temps dropping down to around 74. Coming up, Dawn, here in a few minutes after our check presentation, which we'll talk about, we've got some more rain in the forecast.
Okay, now, JC, you said you'd be giving away some money.
Yes.
Now, I know your wife won't say you're perfect, but I will at least for the month of June.
It was a great month. It was a perfect month, so we'll find out how much we're giving away coming up. Well, July is here, and that means it's time for another check presentation for my 3-degree guarantee. Our recipient for the month of June is the United Way of Decatur, Mid-Illinois. Joining me this evening, Debbie Bogle, the executive director, and Kim Music from IBEW Local 146. Debbie, tell me a little bit about the United Way. What are some of the programs you guys are offering?
You know, we have 21 endorsed agencies and 50 programs that we partner with every year, and this will go a long way to helping those that are in need in our community.
If someone wants to help out or donate, who can they contact and what can they do?
They can call us at 422-8537 or go to uwdecatur.org.
Awesome. We're looking forward to this. And Ken, I'll let you do the honors tonight.
Okay, on behalf of the IBEW 146, I'd like to present this check to the United Way.
Thank you very much.
$1,100, a perfect month. You can see it right here behind me. Our streak so far up to 34 days because 3-degree guarantee time again for tonight. Forecast high of 88. We made it to 88 right on the nose, a green check mark, another $50 to the bank for the Andrew Gobzinski Big Heart Foundation. It's been a good month so far here in July as well. Decatur Pool and Spa highs of the day, 90 in Springfield and in Lincoln, 88 for Decatur, Champaign and in Taylorville, and up to 86 in Paris. Do have a couple more storm chances. I'll let you know where and when those storms could arrive. Stick with us. It is a hot and muggy evening here in central Illinois with just a few little isolated showers still going. We've got this one cell here in southern Christian County, another one in northern Montgomery County, right along Illinois Route 16 between the Nokomis area heading up to around Pana. You can see just south here of Taylorville and around Millersville, just south there of the Lake Taylorville area. And a couple little spotty showers here, one just north of Dalton City and another one here between Pasodum and Tolono. That's just about it, though, when it comes to precipitation for the rest of this evening. Now, the drought monitor was released today, but it actually was put together on July 4th. So what you see on this map does not include anything in the way of precipitation that fell yesterday or even today. But abnormally dry conditions stretch from basically Moultrie County through Macon County into Logan County up into portions of southeastern Iowa where drought conditions are taking place there. Over 17% of the state is considered abnormally dry. That is actually up from 13% just this time last weekend. We got some more rain again in some areas, and it came down in bucket loads. Over an inch in the Chrisman area, thanks to Sean for that report. While Roger and Elwyn at 32/100ths of an inch, that was from today, that shower that went through, and I only measured 7/100ths, so Roger not that far away from the TV station. It's amazing what just a couple of miles can do when it comes to precipitation with these storms being more scattered in nature. Tanya in Farmersville reporting in. It's a warm spot tonight of 92. Frank and Clinton at 90. 89 from Ann and Divernon, while Daisy and Sullivan and Lori and Mowequa at 87. Jeff and Shelbyville at 86 degrees. You have temps you like to report. Maybe you got some rainfall. There was quite a bit of it across the area this morning, especially in some areas. Please send it to me on Facebook or on Twitter. Just go to the search feature at the top of your Facebook page, type in my name, hit the old thumbs up button. You can always catch the forecast there as well. Temps still in the mid to upper 80s, even low 90s right now for us in Lincoln and in Springfield. Either way we slice it, it is just downright muggy. Look at our dew points into the low 70s, and that's the type of air that you can wear when you walk outside. We got you a little respite tomorrow and into Saturday, but the humidity comes right back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday of next week with daily chances for a few little isolated showers and storms. So a couple little boundaries left over from storms last night, helping to trip some of these showers and storms today. Now we're watching to the north. There's actually now a severe thunderstorm watch across portions of Wisconsin. Our Husqvarna Automower Precision Cast shows this cold front dropping to the south, firing showers showers and storms late this evening across central Wisconsin. And some of those after 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning could slip to areas north of I-74. Then a little break in the action. Peak heating hours of the day as the front slides into south central Illinois. Another round of some pop-up showers and storms could be possible, especially at Paris, Charleston, Shelbyville to, let's say, Nokomis line to the south into I-70. But then high pressure quickly works in for Saturday. That means nothing but sunshine, noticeably less humid, and it's going to be a little bit cooler. So how much rain are we expecting again over the next couple of days? It depends on where you live. It's going to be a more scattered event in nature, but some of these storms, if they do get going, there's a lot of moisture up there. Could pack quite the punch in some localized areas. So a storm possible after about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning north, otherwise mostly clear, down to a muggy 70 for the overnight low. A storm in the north in the morning, then that threat shifts to the south into the afternoon. We're up to 88 for the high, and your Lee Institute of Skin and Laser UV forecast at a 10 tomorrow with a burn time of 15 minutes. Beautiful on Saturday, highs in the low 80s, noticeably less humid. A slight chance Sunday afternoon for a stray storm. We'll do it all over again Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday.
Glad to have you here on this Thursday afternoon. You ask any racer about Macon Speedway, they get a humongous smile on their face. It's tight, it's muddy, it's just awesome. Today's a big one, the H&R 100, the longest running race in Macon Speedway, dating back to 1981. Not only can you see New Berlin's very own Brandon Shepard, who's dominating the World of Outlaws Craftsman Late Model Tour, but Oakwood's very own Bobby Pierce, one of the rising stars in the sport, is coming back to defend his crown. He won the event last year, just announced that he's going to be at Eldora Speedway again coming up here in a few weeks. Tonight's a great chance to catch him in action and support a whole lot of great local drivers. I'm going to be heading there to Macon right after the show. Also, do not forget about our cool new series we're debuting tomorrow night. Can't wait for this. The toughest golf holes in all of Central Illinois. We've been crisscrossing the area, searching for the holes that make you want to throw your club in the pond. I did not, despite the fact I was literally in the rocks. It's going to be every Wednesday and Friday in July. The premiere is tomorrow night, 6 and 10, when I hit Red Tail Run in Decatur. Really hope you tune in. This thing's going to be a lot of fun to bring to you. Warning, the following Cubs highlights are rated X for excessive depiction of violence against the home team. Shield your eyes. It's a makeup game Joe Madden would like to forget. Ryan Braun and the Brewers are just teeing off at Wrigley. It's 9-0 after the third inning. Domingo Santana with that shot to the outfield there. 11-2, first place Brewers extend their lead in the division.
The play of the day on WAND is brought to you by Menards.
But there's hope. Cards have lost 2 of 3 of the Marlins, yes. Trying to wrap up the series on a positive note at Busch. When you're in a slump in life or in baseball, who do you call? You call the Voit family. My long-lost cousin, Luke Voit, just earned himself one gigantic plate of sauerkraut and bratwurst at our German family reunion. A homer and a 2-run double. 3 Voit runs is enough to tie the game. Randall Grichuk adds 1 for the win, 4-3. Big-time win over the Marlins. We're back right after this with more sauerkraut.
And the summertime pattern continues.
Ooh, and it is muggy out there tonight, isn't it? You walk outside, you're like, oh, here we go again. A few little isolated showers continue across southern Christian County into Montgomery County. The few that we had in Vermilion County have since dissipated. We'll expect that trend to continue to happen. The dissipating of those showers as the sun goes down, mostly clear otherwise tonight, down to 74 by midnight, continued muggy.
All right, thanks for being here.
See you at 10.